Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Money Way. And today we're going to be going over why stocks dropped so much in the second half of today. Well, if you guys weren't looking at the stock market today, you can see that if you just click on basically any stock, that right around 10:30ish, stocks absolutely started to plummet. I mean, it looked like there was nothing holding it back until right around market close, when most of them started to keep their pretty down levels. Of course, some of them went up today, but there's also plenty of stocks that dropped maybe 5%, 10%. I even saw a couple that were down like 20, 25%. And the reason because this, well, the big state of California, and usually one that's very influential not only in politics but also in the economy, well, they discussed plans with their governor that went on the news, went on live television, and basically said that they are going to roll back all plans of reopening. So what does that mean? Well, you know how states were basically trying to reopen very quickly, and that's what I believe caused this very high increase in corona cases, especially by the day. I mean, before we were at levels of 5 to 10,000 and we were calling that bad, but now we are at levels of 50, nearing 60,000 new cases of coronavirus every single day. I mean, that is just horrible, especially when you look at our population and how many people have corona and how it's growing over time. I believe I saw in the United States it was close to about, I believe it was 1 million cases of coronavirus right now. And that was, current cases. That's not previous. That's just people that have had it recently and have not been, basically said that they don't have it and have been cured, as some people would call it. But 1 million people out of our, I believe it was like 200 to maybe 300, right around the middle, that million people in just the United States alone. I mean, that is a huge number, and it is growing every single day by around 60,000 new cases. So of course the governor, of course, Donald Trump, whatever it may be, whoever you're gonna blame, well, of course they're gonna get scared, and that's what mainly drives the stock market. The stock market is based off of, fear in the market. And when a lot of people are very scared, especially with the coronavirus cases opening up, you got restaurants closing, you got, entertainment closing, you got, airlines not getting anywhere near as many flyers as you had the same time last year. I believe it was like 1/10 of the flyers, maybe even 1/8 of the flyers that we had last year. And all, these less people coming out to all these different services, all these different buildings that are meant to drive in a lot of people in order to gain revenue and in order to profit off their daily, costs. Because when you have a huge place, let's say Ralph's, or maybe like a grocery store, or maybe a movie theater, which are absolutely getting pounded right now. Well, when you don't have a lot of people, those places cost a lot of money, and I'm talking millions of dollars that you have to pay every single month, maybe even every single week, in order to keep the place in order to keep services running, in order to refill products, in order to buy new employees. I mean, there's a lot of money that goes into these buildings that people don't know about, and that's why some services have to increase their prices, because they have to pay so much in order to keep a building of that size. And I've seen grocery stores that are absolutely gigantic. I've seen movie theaters that are absolutely gigantic. And people always ask, well, why is the popcorn like $10? You need to pay a lot of money in order to keep these places. And with corona cases, going up, people don't want to get it, No matter how much our company loves the economy over the health of our people, which is definitely something that we saw in the past couple months with the reopening, well, they have to close at one point. And in California, the governor of California basically said enough is enough. And so he's reclosing Restaurants have already closed down. I believe movie theaters, all these different areas, even the park outside my house is closed. And it's been like that for months, but right now it's really starting to move backwards, even when a lot of progress was made to reopen it and kind of bring more revenue back to economic buildings and economic, companies, in order to stop them from increasing the ever-growing bankruptcy numbers with all the different, companies, especially the smaller ones and the neighborhood ones that are starting to close down because of their, very, very high maintenance costs. And that's looking very bad, especially with the different, increasing numbers of coronavirus cases. Well, you're going to bring in revenue, and that's just going to bring a domino effect. It's like a huge ball, a huge rock rolling down a hill. It's just going to get worse over time unless you do something about it, and that's what this closing is all about. So definitely in the short term, we can see how people are going to get even more scared, especially with how we're standing right now and how the California is basically reclosing, and that's a very influential, very big, very highly populated state that is closing in order to stay away from these coronavirus cases. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and if you want to not miss my next video, I bring a lot of stock analysis, I bring the news to you guys, I bring stocks to watch out for, all these different things. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. And let me know down in the comment section what you think of the stock market right now and what stocks you are looking at, to buy right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.